Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy, Morgan Marks Terrell. Mm, mm, mm. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. Obviously, they didn't. Is that right, Diamond? This fucking thing's acting crazy. True. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Hey Cindy, how you been, sweetheart? You finally made it. Yay! You finally got it fixed. I was thinking about you just the other day too. I said, I guess Cindy hasn't made it back yet. I'm doing good. Everything's cool. I'm just kind of tired from working, but keeping to myself and just doing a lot of things, working, and finally got my nephews their games room up and running, and the pool table came in 2 days ago, so we finally got it hooked up yesterday. But everything's good. We have a pool table now, so you know. Yeah, I'm getting there. Thanks, I appreciate it. Hey, Brownie, how you doing? Yeah, we finally got. I put the video up on my story of what it looks like on my Instagram, so you can check it out. But yeah, we transformed our fourth bedroom, which was where that idiot stayed for a while. That was like his man cave. We turned his man cave into a games room, and we have before and after pictures, but we're not going to put it up yet. because he might kind of admit himself somewhere if he sees it. But yeah, he was. It's nice because we have a place to go play pool and ping pong and play darts. We have like a big setup up there, and we have music. We have a fridge right next downstairs to the games room, so we can go get drinks and food and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I've been working very hard to get it all done, but it's all done now. Just little odds and ends to do here and there. Sure, Brownie, I'll give you a twin flame message now. How's your mom, Cindy? All right, your twin flame, Brownie says no other compares to you. Your connection still affects them. Our connection still affects me. The last card here says, I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. So it looks like they're stalking you and looking for you online. So there you go, Brownie. Your twin flame is wanting you, thinking about you, and looking you up online even. Yeah, they do. They've been helping out a lot too. Yeah, hey, it's good to hear that they actually care, He's been up and down, but good for the last few days. That's good. Good to hear. I'm glad she's doing good. My mom and dad's, my dad has gout a lot. So he had gout and he was walking with a cane, but now today he was fine. My mom, my mom and dad complain over everything. They're a pain in the ass, but my mom's okay. She's all right. She's kind of upset because her sister passed away like 2 months ago. And like her sister, she thought her sister was going to like put her in her will or something like that. But she didn't. She ended up putting all of us in the will, like all the kids, all the nephews and nieces. We're all in the will. So she kind of got a little upset. She was like tight with her. She wanted to make sure, like, because all of her sisters are passed away, and my sister, like, my mom always, she loves her sisters, and she wanted to like, have their belongings and make sure their stuff doesn't go, down the drain or whatever. But she's all right now. She understands that. Because I told my mom, I was like, did you put your sisters in your will? No, exactly. So what makes you think like, they're going to put you in yours? Like, fuck, come on, Mom. My mom's just like emotionally upset that she has no sisters left. She's the youngest. So she's all like, she gets emotional because she lost all of her sister's belongings. Like people took them, and some people threw them away, things like that. Like she didn't get a chance to really say goodbye and like to make sure that she had all her stuff. Yeah. It's she took it pretty rough, but see, my auntie had a lot of value. She has a big ass house and she had a lot of money in the bank. And my mom wanted to like, make sure that the house was in good hands, or she had some benefit off of the house because my mom was the only one that visited her in British Columbia. So yeah, it is. She still has a brother left. My uncle in Canada is still alive, and he's 83. Going 84, so he's still in good shape, and his wife. But there's 5 of them. But like my auntie, she was well off, and she put all of the nieces and nephews, it's like 12 of us, all on the will. So we're gonna get something from the inheritance, but not my mom. And then I told my mom, I said a couple years ago, she gave you like some money and stuff. So like my mom's weird like that. She doesn't like understand the whole will thing. And uh, my mom's the type of person, if you gave her $1 million right now, if I had $1 million cash and I open up a briefcase like you see on the movies and I gave her that $1 million, she would still live the same life that she lives. Like she wouldn't change one bit and she'd still worry about money. She would still be cheap. She would still buy bullshit and she wouldn't even like, she's like, that's how she is. Like, and my dad's the same way. Like they think they're gonna like die with their money. You know what I'm saying? And like the older generation has always been like that. I don't understand it. Like I just don't get it. What's the deck name? Oh, it's called Twin Flame Journey Messages from Majestic Mystic Moon Oracle. It's called Twin Flame Journey Messages from Mystic Moon Oracle. The person who gifted me this deck and a lot of other decks is my friend Sue. She passed away. Next month will make 3 years that she passed away already. 2 years? No, 2 years, I think. Sorry, two. It's going to be 2 years already. Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, she gave me that deck. Yeah, it is. It's one of my most popular decks right now for everybody. They want messages from it. Well, that's the thing. She's not even getting anything from the estate. The estate's getting sold, and then the money from that goes to the nieces and nephews too. So everything that she earns goes to us, to the kids. And I told my mom, I don't care how much I get or what I get. Lord knows what we're gonna get because we don't know. We have an idea what we're gonna get. Okay, Brownie, take care, sweetheart. Good seeing you. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. So whatever we get, I told my mom and dad that I'm gonna give them some of it, obviously. Because if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't get it. You know. So I told my sister, my youngest sister, I told her, look, me and you will give mom, a couple $1,000 or whatever the case may be, to help my mom and dad. We've helped them more than anybody. But unfortunately, like my older brother and sister, they're selfish. They probably wouldn't even give my parents any money from the deal. But it all depends on how much we get. We don't know. We have no idea how much we're actually gonna get. So yeah, I always help them, but and so does my youngest sister. But my oldest sister and oldest brother, they don't give a shit. They're like, yeah, whatever. They're like, yeah, well, my money's for me. Well, you wouldn't get that money or you wouldn't get anything if it wasn't for mom's sister, you idiot. Can't you understand that? So, like, my auntie was very gracious to put us all in the will. I appreciate her and my uncle for that. And I got a copy of the will last week because I'm a part of the will. So we didn't know. None of us knew. It was a big shock to everybody. So it was very nice of her. She didn't have children. She didn't have kids. She wanted kids, but she couldn't have them. So her and my uncle, did a will, and then my auntie changed it 3 years ago to benefit us even more. So I was like, fuck, I didn't even know that. So, but either way, I'm not the type of person to dwell on materialistic things and money and all that bullshit. I don't care about that. I never have, never will. Money will never change me, and I'll never change money. It's just the same shit. Everybody needs money to survive, yes, and to, pay bills and shit like that, but like it never meant anything to me like that. It'll never consume my life or my family or my thoughts. I've learned that lesson a very long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's it wasn't meant for us to know anyway. It was just something that people don't like to tell people those things. I'd rather have her alive, but I don't. I'm the type of person I don't care about wills and inheritance. Obviously it's very nice to have extra, but like I'm a man that I don't really care about that shit. Well, I want to come right now, but unfortunately, my problem is right here. See my problem right here? See this dog? Is my problem. The woman that we want to take care of her is like so busy that I don't want to leave her with just anybody because she's gonna be destroyed when I don't show up. She's snoring like crazy in the background. I'm sure you can hear her. She's like super snoring. So if you hear noises, it's her. But there's a woman that I would leave her with that grooms her and baths her and stuff from time to time, and she loves that dog, and the dog loves her. So like, I don't really care about going away either and going on vacation. I live in a place where you know Bermuda is like a place where people come to visit, and I love being home. I love working here, and summertime here is really nice. And the thing is, I have the pool now. I have the games room. I got my family. I got my life. Like I don't really need to go nowhere. If I need anything, I'll just order shit online. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to me. Um, I'm at the age right now where my body is like, you know, saying, yeah, you want to go away, you got to walk around all over the place, and you got to do this, you got to spend that. And it's so expensive to go away right now. It's ridiculous. But I'm planning on going at least in November, like Remembrance Day weekend. I'm planning on going that weekend because everybody's going to be here. So I can go away for a couple of days to watch some basketball games. See, I'm a type of guy, I'm a sports guy. So I don't want to go around looking at sightseeing and all that bullshit. I got that here. Bermuda is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Not because I live here, because it's a fact. So, especially summertime, it's beautiful here. Like the beach, I drove across this. We have a beach called Horseshoe Bay. It's the biggest beach here. It's long and it's like tons of people, thousands of people, and it was ram packed today when I drove across there. I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit. Look at all these people. You must be out of your damn mind. It's hot as fuck out here. You know? Today was probably the hottest day in this year. Where the heat, like when you went through when I opened my door this morning, it felt like the oven was on. And that was like first thing this morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock when I came out that door. I was like, holy shit. It's like I opened the oven door. It's hot as the humidity is ridiculous. It was 86 today with 90 humidity. It's like really, but summer's finally here because it's been really really like, and people say that's nothing, Mark. It's 100 degrees here. I'm like, yeah, well, come here, come to Bermuda. You think 100 degrees is you guys are complaining about that? Well, look at our humidity. I bet you your humidity isn't 90 degrees because you wouldn't be step out of your damn house. Literally, it felt like an oven when I left. Every time I left home and came back. Yeah, see, that's nice. Yeah, I have some friends in California that come in here and they all tell me it's like 100 degrees and 103 and 102 and 90 this, and I'm like, holy shit. But like, see, that's like almost the same when you add up our humidity, because I bet you your humidity is nowhere near 80, 90. I probably can guarantee that. But see, here in Bermuda, the humidity is ridiculous. It's like way up there. Today was 91. Even at night, right now, it's the hottest it's been at night. I got out of the pool like 2 hours ago. Yeah, see, that's crazy. 112. Fuck, that's nuts. And everybody's like, yeah, come to California. I'm like, no thanks. Not right now. Yeah, the humidity is different here. I've told a lot of people I've been in Florida, like 90, 100 degrees. I've been in Atlanta one time and they had a heat wave. It was 110. I've been like all over the world where it's been hot as hell, just like here. But the humidity is just different in Bermuda. Like you literally walk outside and within 5 minutes you'll be sweating and you'll be like, what the fuck? You can't even control it. It's just like you're gonna start sweating. It's inevitable. But it's like that a lot of places, not just Bermuda, but it's like that. Yeah, November, I'm planning on going to Boston for the weekend. And I promised my Californian friends and my West Coast friends that I will be going over there before the year is out. So hopefully in November, I'm hoping I'm not gonna plan because when I plan, God laughs at me. But in November, I'm really planning on going to Boston for a couple days to watch a game or two for the holiday weekend, and then I'm gonna go to California for a week. But on my way to California, I want to stop at a few places to visit my other friends. Because I've known a lot of September will be 4 years I've been on, no, 5 years I've been on here since September. And like I've met so many people on here and they begged me to come to California. I have so many friends in over there that come in here. Like, so I promised that I will come and link up with everybody somewhere central where everybody could drive less than an hour or an hour at the most to come and see me and have like a big get together and talk and have fun. Like I'm gonna do it like every day because obviously everybody can't come the same day. So I'm gonna come out there for like a week, and within a week, I want to meet and greet everyone and have fun and just see what do readings or whatever everybody wants. Yeah, and I want to go to Fresno because that's where my grandfather's family is, and I want to see if like I can meet some of my family that's on his side, which is my mom's dad. Maybe I can meet some of my cousins. I don't know, long lost cousins. And yeah, I hope so too. I hope we can all hang out and get there some way somehow. But before I do that, I'm gonna talk to everybody and go on my Instagram and be like, "Hey, everybody, I'm coming to California. Where should I go? If I come here, who come and see me? How many people can come to this location? How many people come to that location? Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and see everybody because I'm not going to shop. I'm going to like meet people and have fun and see what everybody's up to. But I have a few like really good friends of mine that I've known since I've been on here, and they've invited me to come to their place and to meet up here, meet up there. So it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. Yeah. So that's good. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's far, but I'm hoping on getting there some way somehow. Yeah, I definitely want to go to Fresno. I don't know if I'm gonna stay there, but I just want to pass by there for like a day or two and just like see if I have the address to to the Fresno place. I want to see if they're still around that area, or I can find out who lives there, or and I might do it before I go, so I don't waste my time and just meet up with everybody. You know, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna try and hook up with a friend of mine, and she said she can drive me everywhere and got a place for me to stay and everything. So everybody's like prepared for me. But my friend, she take care of me. She's known me for a long time. So um, yes, she is. Yeah, and I want to meet her, her daughter, everybody. Every all these people that come in here. I have so many friends from over there, tons. So yeah, I'm gonna try and go some. I'm gonna try and be like everywhere In 1 week, I'm gonna try and visit as much people as I can, or be in the vicinity of everybody, so I can meet everybody, or try and meet everybody. I know everybody's gonna be. Yeah, I mean, I want to see my friends too. That if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be on here. I wouldn't have survived this long. So one thing about my California friends, they take care of me. They've always been there for me. So I owe it to them to go out there and visit them, and give them some free readings and shit, and take some gifts from here for them and stuff like that. But I have 2 or 3 friends that want me to actually stay at their place, or stay in a place that they have or they know. So like I'm pretty much set when I go over there. I have to go stay with them and hang out with them. If not, it's the end of the world. So I'm gonna go hang out with them. I promised that I would, stay with them. They were like, if you come here, you better not go to a fucking hotel. You're coming to stay with us. And I was like, okay, okay, calm down. I never said I'm not going to. I was like, okay, like, but I don't want to bother anybody. No, you're not bothering us. You're gonna stay in this bed. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. Don't worry, I'll be there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind. It's I know it's gonna be a busy, tiresome trip. Cause yeah, I'm all set. I just don't like to make plans because I you never know what's gonna happen between now and November. So I don't want to be like booking shit and all that. I'm not that type of person. Cause I have one thing, I have a lot of, good things happening and good luck and stuff, but when I plan things and book things, it doesn't work out in my favor. So I rather do it like at the, you know, not the last minute, but like at least a month in advance. Yeah, a vacation after a vacation. But I'm planning on going for 2 weeks in total. But I have to like make sure my sister and the boys here are okay, and my family's okay. Like I'm not just gonna leave for 2 weeks, because 2 weeks without me around here, yeah, right. The world will come to a damn end around here. Especially like my dog, and my dog will be fine because she has the boys and my sister, so she'll survive 2 weeks without me. She'll be all right. 2 weeks flies by anyway. Yeah, I'm hoping not. I mean, I'm joking about it, but I know for a fact that if something happens and I'm way over California on the other side of the world, that's a long way from Bermuda. I can't just, come back in like in one day. Money pit? No, no, I didn't know. I saw a few movies over the past couple days. No, not days, weeks. I haven't seen that one. No, I haven't seen Money Pit, but I seen oh man, what the heck's that movie called? No, it's Jennifer Lopez. It's called Mother, or Mother, I think. Where like she's like a sniper hunter type chick. She plays in the movie, and like her daughter was adopted, and she finally met her in real life. That movie was nice. I kind of enjoyed that. I had tears in my eyes at the end of the movie. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, sounds like what's gonna happen. Money Pit. That sounds familiar though. Yeah, I'm not really a Tom Hanks fan, but yeah, I'm not a movie guy either. But I've watched a few movies lately because there's not too much sports on to watch. There's no hockey, no basketball. It's only baseball, and even soccer is not really back on yet. So I've been watching movies with my sister and the boys. We watched that movie, and what other movie I watched? I can't remember the damn name. Oh, The Executioner or whatever. Number two. That guy who played Thor or whatever. Is it Executioner? That movie was fucking like really cool. Yeah, it's a weird summertime is like, when the sports kind of comes to a halt. Yeah. Those I watched those movie and I watched this movie from back in the day. It was like the movie's like 10 years old. It's like a Turkish film. It's all in Turkish and they talk like, I don't know what the hell they're saying, but I saw the captions on the bottom. I happened to come across it on TikTok and I was kind of interested in it because I like movies like that. So I like drama and funny movies and things like that. And, like storyline, like true story movies. That's what I like. Like shit that actually happened in real life and they reenacted it. It's a movie where this guy he is a boxer and then he retired and then he started like delivering water and he does security and stuff. And he one day this woman, she was blind and she tripped outside and he came out to her and he was like, "Oh, I'll help you, whatever," and blah blah blah. And she like twisted her ankle so she couldn't walk. And he says, "I'll piggyback you to your house or whatever." And then they end up falling in love. And the doctor said that she can regain her vision through surgery. Um, so he had money, but he needed 20 grand. So he told her that he's gonna fight, come out of retirement and fight and beat the shit out of a few guys and make some money. So he ended up making the money, getting the cash, and then like the guy who betted against him lost 20 grand plus another 20. So they hit him with a car, they beat the shit out of him and tried, threw him overboard to drown. And then he ended up being found, right? He was alive, but he had a broken back. So he had like a year worth of recuperation. Meanwhile, the woman, she got the surgery, right? She ended up getting the surgery, getting her vision back, but she never knew what the guy looked like, right? Because she was blind. So one day, because before she was blind, she was a physiotherapist, like a massage therapist, and like she worked at like a hospice and like a hospital, like massaging people or getting them back to physical health. So she ended up going to a hospital where he was, and he saw her, and he was like, "Oh fuck, look at this shit. This is my girlfriend." But he didn't say nothing to her because he was like, he just felt so fucked up that he hasn't seen her in a year. So she ended up massaging his back and was like, "What the fuck?" Like it felt real. It felt normal to her because she used to give him massages on his back because he always had back problems, right? So the movie was really interesting. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So I'm watching this movie. I'm saying, "Fuck, this is pretty cool. Like I like this shit. I like things like that. I can watch movies like that where it's there's no bullshit. It's actually real life stuff." So anyway, she before he got messed up, he bought her a dog because dogs like so they raised the dog together, right? And she was walking the dog and he was on crutches going through like where because he was like looking at her on the side, like where she had like a shop. And he was looking at her like on the side, like watching her and stuff to see if she had a man or whatever. And one day, like he heard a guy say, "I want to take you to dinner," and she says, "Look, I'm married," and he was like, "But you don't have a ring." She goes, "Oh, I don't need the ring. I'm married. I don't want to go out with nobody." So then she takes the dog for a walk, and the dog sees the guy, and the dog jumped on him, and he ended up falling on the ground. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. My dog." And the dog was like, "Oh shit, look at my boys here," and he's looking at the dog saying, "Fuck," you know. So the woman's looking at him like suspicious, saying, like, "Who is this guy? Like, why is my dog all over him?" Like, but she doesn't know what he looks like. See, that's the fucked up part. And she don't know who he is because she never saw him because she was blind, right? And by the time she got her vision back, she didn't, she still didn't know. But she was trying to track him down. But he had changed his name because he needed like a fake passport and shit. to go and fight, and the movie was just amazingly done. Um, so anyway, in the end, she figured it out that it was him. So he liked turtles. So she had a turtle at her shop in a little bottle. Like, because like she started to be cool. Like, she started thinking that because she knew he loved turtles. So she kind of got him. So the name of the movie in English is called Only Me. It's called Only Me. But in Turkish it's called Sadushi, whatever. I don't know if I can do some crazy ass shit. It's called Only Me. Yeah. It's on YouTube. You can like it's got like clips of it there. Um anyway, it's an amazing movie. Anyway, in the end, he takes the turtle and goes towards the water to release the turtle. And she kind of like follows him, right? So she goes to the area where he is, and she goes up to him and be like, "It's you, isn't it? I did that, to prove it was you, and it's you." She goes, "You're the face I've been wanting to see since I got my vision back, and now I see your face." And he starts like bawling, right? And he's like, she's like, why didn't you say something, like, and he was just like breaking down. He was on crutches. He was all fucked up, right? So anyway, she ended up, you know, uh, hugging him in the end, and he was like, I miss you too, blah blah blah, I love you, all that bullshit. I'm over there crying like an idiot, but it was an amazing movie all around. It was an amazing movie. That's probably one of the best movies I've seen because I like shit like that. But the catch of the whole movie was the best thing, whereas he was like a guy who beat up people and beat the shit out of people, right? He was like not exactly a decent person. But one day, right, he had this guy like hostage in like a place, right? And he lit his cigarette, and the guy that he was keeping hostage spilled gas on him, right? And then lit and like stole his cigarette and put like lit himself on fire. And then he went to the window and fell out the window. And as he's falling out the window, right? This girl that before she was blind, she was driving her parents in the car, and she's looking up at the guy falling off the building, and she weren't paying attention driving. So she hits this other car, crashes. She survived, but the parents died. And then she went blind because all the glass went all in her eyes and shit. And he was like he felt guilty because he thought like he was, he would have fault, but it wasn't his fault that the guy lit himself on fire. He's just like doing his job. He's got to be making sure this guy don't go nowhere. So because the guy knew he was gonna die or whatever, he was being held captive. He lit himself on fire and then jumps out the fucking window. So he felt like when she told him the story, right? And he was like, "What the fuck? Like this is the news I heard." Like so, it all worked out. It was like why I like the movie because it was like spirit. Hey Steven, how you doing, bro? I owe you a question. Oh, the other night when I was reading you, my internet just went kaboom. But yeah, Cindy, it's a great storyline. It was when that part actually happened, it was weird because they were at like the cemetery, and he like helped her go there. Um, okay, no problem, Steven. So like he was there, and she told him the story at the cemetery, and he was crying like crazy because he knew like that it was like kind of his fault, right? Um, Not his fault, but like he had something to do with it, for her being blind and her parents being dead, because the guy like that he was dealing with jumped out the damn window, right, all full of fire. So anyway, it was crazy how it all happened. So he felt like he had to help her get her vision back because he was the cause of like he kind of felt guilty, and everybody's telling him like, "Look, man, it's not your fault. That guy lit himself on fire. You didn't do nothing. Like you didn't know he had gas on him." So they were trying to make him feel like he wasn't guilty, but he took the blame, like But he never told her that though. He never told her that that's what happened. Even to the very end, he never told her that he saw that whole thing or he was involved in that. But yeah, it's an amazing movie. I wish that I knew like the language so I can actually because I know the English version, like they're probably leaving things out. But that was probably one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time, and it's been out for 10 years. I'm just not a movie guy. I don't really watch movies like that. But I really loved it. It was one of the most amazing movies I've seen. Steven, it's a Turkish film. It's got like the English. It's called Only Me. I'll actually I don't know if I can like in Turkey, I don't know how to say the name. Obviously, I eat turkey. I don't know nothing about Turkish language or I watch Turkish football and I'm sure people in Turkey are cool. But me personally, like I don't their language is like would you I don't have a fucking clue what they're saying. Like it's nothing. I'm Portuguese, like, and I know and Portuguese and Turkish is totally different. So yeah. It's on my other computer. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it. See, there's like a few movies from there. Oh, here it is. Sen. All right. Let me write it down for you. Let me get it for you. Let's see. I want you guys to check it out because it's a really really nice movie. That's what it's called. If you look that up on YouTube, that's the movie right there. That is like really nice. So yeah, Steven, you can watch that one too, and Cindy, you guys will like that movie. I have a soft spot for blind people, so when I see them with that stick and they're walking around, that shit kills me, man. That's one thing I don't wish on anybody. I wish there was a cure for that. Like, I really wish there was. There is for some people, but not everybody. But yeah, that sucks. I never forget the last blind person I saw with their stick going through the city here. I was just about I was with my nephew, my youngest nephew, and he was like, "Hey, Uncle Mark, look at that person. They're blind." I'm like, "Yep." I was like, "That's one thing. See, this is why we should be very grateful that we're not like that." And I was like, "Look, I'm gonna get out and help them walk across the road." So as soon as I got out of my car, somebody already beat me to it. And I was like, good, there's some decent people left in the world. Because they were like trying to find the crosswalk and they can hear like the beeping and shit. So they were going towards it, but they were like kind of going the wrong way. And I didn't want like so I got out, but it was like somebody had got to him before me. So I was like, okay, good. So my nephew was like, oh, that other person went to him. I was like, okay, great. Yeah, good Samaritan. But that stuff really beats me up emotionally when I see blind people. It hurts. So there's a few people that in Bermuda that I've seen like that. Not too many though, but there's a few. And when you don't have nobody to guide you, it's a task. In the city, it's not good because you can cross the road and you don't know these people don't give a shit. So, but yeah, it was nice of people to help people out. Yeah, Steven, you put a turkey emoji there. Yeah. Yeah, it's a Turkish film apparently. But yeah, it's all subtitles and stuff, so you can like read what they say. I actually found the movie on TikTok. I was just scrolling through, and there's a song that was in the background that I really like. It's called "Let Me Down Slowly." It's a real catchy song, and I hear it sometimes on people's backgrounds and stuff. And I saw the movie, and I was like, "What the heck is this? This guy's like boxing and shit. Let me see what this guy's about." So then I end up seeing like clips of the movie on TikTok, and then I was like, you know what? This is interesting. Let me go check this movie out. So anyway, that's how I found it. But that's what it's called in Turkish, which is translate to only me, apparently. So yeah, watch it. You won't be disappointed. It's a really good movie. It keeps you like wondering what's gonna happen next. I like movies like that because in the end, you're like, how could she not know who the guy is? And I'm like, because she was blind and she got her vision back, but he wasn't there. Like it makes you think, like, cause you're like, huh? Cause it just goes right into the part where she gets her vision back, like and you're like, okay, it's like it says 1 year later, right? So like the movie fast forwards into the next year where he's in the hospital bed getting out discharged. But she was so suspicious because people that are blind, their other senses are so much stronger, right? So like she knew right away when she touched him, she knew right away it was him, but he never said one word, which I found weird of him to do. Like, he should have been like happy as friend. But anyway, she's a beautiful actor and he's like a really good actor as well. They're really good actors. They did a great job. Really good job. And you know what? That movie's been in my brain ever since I've watched it. I can't get it out of my brain. Like I just keep thinking about those scenes, and it makes you think. It makes you think like how fortunate you are to be in this world and not be blind and not be deaf, not be crippled. People complain about bullshit every day. Try living that life, where you can't see nothing. You gotta walk around with a stick and find your way around. You know, People don't understand, like, Yeah, I haven't either. That was the first one I've ever seen in my life. So I don't really like watching movies with the things on the bottom explaining it in English. Like I don't really like that. But I was listening to try and pick it up because but Turkish and Portuguese is completely different. Like every word they said was totally like way off of what I know. So I couldn't translate anything. And they even have different names, like not common names at all. His name was Ali, and her name was Hazel. I don't even know any woman on this earth named Hazel, but her. But that's probably not even her real name. So every time they said her name, we go Hazel, Hazel, and Ali. So I knew that they were calling their names. I don't know nothing else. So yeah, it was fun. Anyway, Steven, you can ask your questions, bro, whenever you're ready. Yeah, actually it was because her eyes were hazel color. Yeah, they were brownish. That's a good yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. You're right, Steven. Yeah. Her eyes were hazel, yeah. Yeah. But she held on, like she never dated any other guy in that year. Like she was loyal, and then when he found out she was like still loyal and telling everybody she was married, it made him like, happy like that. She didn't like just run off with some other guy. Like, yeah, I see what they did there. Yeah. So that makes sense, Steven. That makes sense. That makes sense. Positive. But it's fascinating how people have so much different languages, and it's like it's crazy. Like it's just the world is an amazing place, but people just take it for like for a joke, and I just don't like that. Like there's so many countries and places and languages, and it's crazy. It's and then when you watch the film, like you're like, wow, this is like I can watch this. I can honestly watch that movie again. I don't watch movies like two, three, four times. I ain't doing that. I'll watch it once and that's it. But when I watch that, I can watch that movie again. If somebody said, "Hey, let's watch that movie," I'll watch it again because that's how much I like it. But I think I watched it for a reason because it's to do with like spirit as well. Because like the her parents died in that car crash because of the person that guy was with. So in order to make things right, yeah, yeah, cool, man. We guys can watch it. So I would that's the thing. Like I knew Spirit was involved because Spirit bring them together in the movie. See, Spirit bring them together and took them to the cemetery together. He found out and then he made it right. He made her get her vision back. See, so like that's why I was interested more because I knew it was a spirit based like scenario there. So I was like, okay, this relates to me. I like that. So like the movie pretty much like, has a spirit involvement in it. So that's how I looked at it. So that was really cool. That part like really like said, okay, yeah, I'll watch the rest of this movie now. So it was nice. So yeah, if you guys have a chance, I suggest watching that. And another movie I really liked a lot was Jennifer Lopez's new movie. It's called Mother. That shit was awesome. I love that movie. It's a lot of killing and fighting and shit, you know, through the movie, but it's nothing like really gross or anything like or overboard. But it's really cool. Like and I kind of like that's another thing that gets to me is like, sometimes you get given up for adoption. Sometimes you're adopted, sometimes you're not. Yeah, it's called Mother. Yeah, it's got Jennifer Lopez in it, and she's like the mom of her child that she gave away at birth. But I have a lot of people that come in here that have been adopted or don't even know their parents. One of my best friends was adopted as well. So I used to look at his dad and be like, this guy don't even look like him. So, when you're young, you're like, you think about shit like that. And he told me that he was adopted. And I have a lot of people that come on here that tell me that too. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things in movies that are bad, but it's all movies. A lot of movies you gotta take it as, if that's your situation and what would you do, or it kind of opens your eyes. Some movies open up your eyes to like see what life is like and what how this can movies are based on people's lives. A lot of it is, so like it makes you wonder that things like that happen. Yeah, see, I can't handle horror movies, see, because for me that's not a good thing. For me, horror movies is going to make me have nightmares. And because like I hear and see and talk to spirit, that's not a good thing for me to watch because they're against all of that stuff. See, so that's not good for me. Like horror movies is devilish shit, so I can't watch that stuff. Even though I know a lot of it's bullshit, but hey, to each their own. But I can't watch horror movies. I really can't. Me personally, I don't have nothing against them, but I can't watch them because it'll affect me differently. I'm not a wuss or anything. I'm just saying like it just affects my brain a lot different. So I can't watch horror movies. That's one thing I just can't do. But I don't even like watching too much killing movies because all that blood and all that shit and beating up people and all that, I don't like all that like killing shit and all that. I like it to a certain extent, but not like too vulgar, too nasty. Like, oh yeah, definitely, Cindy, I agree. Yeah, a lot of the older ones like Freddy Krueger and like Friday the 13th. I watched all of that shit, but I can't watch it now. Like I don't. Yeah. Like I watched that I think it's I want to say Excursion or whatever, or Executioner or whatever the fuck it's called. Uh that movie was really good too. But it's too much killing shit in there. I can't handle that. Like I can't see all of that type of stuff. It affects my sleep. See, I'm the type of guy when I watch movies, that shit affects me for a few days. Even though I know it's a movie and I know it's bullshit, like it's just a movie, and it's acting and it's stuff, but it's still like it still affects me a bit. I can't watch things like that. See, I watched that damn movie I'm telling you about now with the blind woman, and that shit's like killing me inside because like I can't imagine that happening to anybody that I know or myself. That's why I pray so much because like I don't want nothing like that to happen to anybody, let alone me or my family. But hey, that's why you got to stay, focused on praying and just knowing that you don't want to live that life. That's why a lot of people they make movies like that for whiners and complainers, people who are complaining about their life and all that shit. That's fucking annoying. I'm like, yeah, go see this movie before you complain again. Okay, Cindy, no problem, sweetheart. It was good seeing you, and hopefully the baby's doing good. Your granddaughter. Much love to you too, sweetheart. Take care. I'm glad you finally made it back in. I'm sure she is. A child is always a blessing. Miss you too, sweetheart. Take care. All right, Steven. I left you a message on here too, Steven, saying that on my live, like the next day, I came on. I was like, "Hey, Steven, if you see me, if you hear me, I got you. Like, I didn't forget. Blah blah blah." Because right at 1 o'clock in the morning, that's when my internet went off, and they emailed us to say that they were gonna do like a service on the internet. I was like, I ain't gonna be up 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll be fine. Cause I was like, that's weird how my internet just like totally disappeared for like hours. And then I finally checked my email. I was like, oh shit. But it's all good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just they do it every now and then. They'll give me like an email saying, we have to do an update this month. We're shutting down the internet for like a couple hours and blah blah blah. But I totally like didn't see the email and I totally forgot all about that shit. But here we are now, so I knew you were cool about it anyway. It's not like you're one of those people like, hey, I need my money back. You know, you didn't answer my question. Where the fuck are you? I've had people do that dumb shit. Like, man, fucking take it easy. I'm not running anywhere. You want your fucking $5 back here? Jesus. Calm your tits. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know you're cool. Like that's why like I just mentioned it in my comments. I was like, Steven, if you see this, you know, I'm got you. I know you're good. If you need me, just let me know. You can email me, whatever. I put it out there. And my friend Marcia was there and I was like, Shit, I haven't seen Marcia forever, and here my damn internet goes. So that was shitty. And that was it came. It went at the it went at the worst time possible. But I was like, that's cool. It happens, though. It never happens, but it had to happen that day, of course. Yeah, yeah. I left a comment on that live to say because I didn't even know I was talking to myself, and I was like, what the hell? Hello, is everybody there? I started typing in the chat like, are you there? I was like, I guess I must be. I don't know what's going on here, and all of a sudden they went poof. I was like, okay, yeah, my internet's gone. I looked at my modem and all the lights were going. I was like, oh fuck. Oh well. Yeah, I guess. That's how you gotta look at it, bro. That's how you gotta look at it. Spirit was like, Steven's gotta go back to work, Mark. He'll catch you next time, bro. Okay. All right, Mark, you need to shut up too and go to bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. They're gonna work on your internet now. Get your ass to bed, Mark. Yeah, I knew you were cool though. I know I was like, yeah, Steven's cool. He knows I'll just answer his question next time. But I've had some people on here that not too many, maybe one or two have acted crazy, like, where they're like, I want my money back. Somebody did that about 3 months ago. Somebody disputed the $5. And I'm like, don't dispute it. You can have it. Here. I don't give a shit about your $5. Like, you want to be a little idiot. Here you go. But yeah, some people are like that. Some people, they get something answered and then they can't justify it. So why get it done in the first place? Now, one thing about me, I don't care. Like, money's not gonna like ruin my channel or me. So you want your $5 back? Here you go. Take it. I don't care. It ain't gonna phase me. Bye. Don't come back ever again. But yeah, some people. It only happened to me twice in 4 years, so I guess that's good. But it was more malicious acts. It wasn't like on purpose. It was the first time I saw him since he left for the weekend. See the energy. He couldn't face me, and his energy was dark. So I left the house for work. Yeah, that's sad that he's like that. I don't know what it is with people, man. They just, I don't know. And it's a lot of guys too, unfortunately. A lot of guys are like that. A lot of guys have been like, I don't know. I don't know how guys are like that. I don't know. My brother-in-law is the same way. He's got like dark energy. He's weird. Totally like changed. And then now you're telling me about. Like, I don't understand these men these days. I really don't. Sometimes I'm wondering, like, how could you do shit to yourself? Like, how could you live that life? See, that's why I tell people about that movie. Like, you want to be that? Go ahead. It could be worse. That's why I try and tell people, like, complain about little shit. It could be a lot worse. All right, let's check. I don't know, man. I guess when I was younger, I never really realized it, but as I got older, like once I reached 40, I was like, yeah, now I see what's going on. These fucking guys are crazy. But it's not just guys, it's women and women as well. But like as a guy, like you're disappointed to see other men act like little kids, or I can't even say act like women because there's women who don't act like that either. But it's just they're acting like a child. Or they just, throw themselves to the whole fire. All right, what does David feel? here we go again. I still see like David being suspicious and distracted. Um, yeah, I think that people are like he doesn't want to be dependent on his loved ones or people that tell him that they love him, which is weird. I think his mom might say something to him too, but he doesn't like pay her any mind, or and you and everybody else who's around him. He's punishing himself. Looks like he's drinking, doing drugs or whatever. But I get like drinking and stuff and like punishing himself. He's going through a very weird, like unexpected vibe right now. I got the devil card here, and that just tells me like being rough on yourself, um, like he doesn't like he wants to reverse the way he lives, but he knows he has to make a sacrifice. Um, as far as how he thinks, how he feels about you, he feels that he's secure and safe around you. He feels like you're family to him. He feels like because you guys have known each other for a while, he feels that because you told him you love him and you showed him that love, and you showed him that that you care. So he's actually feeling secure with that and happy with that. Give me a sec. I just see a lot of controversy and him not being happy. It's probably because of the energy that he received from Leandro and that those all those people and stuff. It's like he's been zapped with bad energy. But how he feels about you, he doesn't want to be dependent on you. He doesn't want to feel like he doesn't want to have to feel like you have to do anything for him. I kind of feel like he wants a favor from you, or he wants like you to help him in some way. But he feels safe around you, and he feels like that you're like a part of his life and a part of his family. But he's still suspicious, and he's still like distracted by everything else. I don't think he has like the balls or the like I think that he doesn't feel like he has to tell you anything. And if he does, he's gonna like he feels like he's gonna look unpride, like he's too pride, he's got too much pride, to tell you like something's wrong. He knows something's wrong, but yeah, the energy is harsh at him. Yeah. And that's the reason. But I still think that, deep down inside, he knows you have good intentions, and he knows that, but he's still suspicious. Like, he's probably asking himself every day, Steven's gonna get fed up with me one day. But he did tell me he loves me. He did tell me, like he pretty much cares about me. But I think that, if David said something about that moment to Leandro and those guys, maybe they're like, yeah, he just said that shit. He don't mean it or whatever. He don't give a fuck about you type of vibe. So I think that, he's been distracted by that. Yeah. But honestly, his feelings towards you is not bad. I just think that, his life is all fucked up. So I think he knows that, and I think that he blames himself for it. But I still feel that he feels secure around you and safe around you. He doesn't feel like bad around you. He doesn't look at you in a bad way. Lately, like the past three times you've asked me this question, I've actually got better cards over the time. Like I think that, like I said, I don't think he's gonna open up to you and tell you shit. Not that you like, ask him or anything, but I don't think he'll open up and tell you what's going on. Um, but I think that he suspects that you do, but you keep yeah, you're detached. So right now I just feel like, he's still cool. Like he feels like, you're a good person, and he feels like safe around you. So it's nothing bad, I don't get. It's just more his energy is bad and his like thoughts, but not about you, but just about himself. As far as his feelings are good towards you. Because at the end of the day, Steven, you're not his problem. See, he has bigger problems. He has other problems. You're not a problem to him right now. You're actually like, someone that he doesn't consider a problem. I think he considers himself a problem. He's the problem. He's punishing himself. He's not realizing what he needs to do. Yeah, and that's the best thing. And that's why he feels secure and safe around you because you're not getting involved in his life. But I think that moment you have with him where you told him that, you love him, you care about him and shit like that, that made him feel like, okay, I feel good about Steven, at least he cares about me, but he's not getting involved at the same time, which is cool. But yeah, I just think that he's got a lot of work to do on himself. When I get the devil card here, that's not good. Um, because that just says that he's not happy. He's having a lot of weird, unexpected like things happen to him. Looks like things aren't going his way. When I get the devil card about feelings and about how the person is, it's not good. And the thing is, it's not like you need help. I don't feel like I don't want nobody to take what I say in the wrong way, but if you're a grown man and you're like over like 30, 40 years old, I don't feel like you need psychiatric help. I think you need to sit the fuck down, look yourself in the mirror and say, what do I need to do to make my life better? And you should get off your ass as a grown man and do what's best for you. That's my opinion, right? Because that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? So why can't you do the same thing? And then people say, well, not everybody's, like you. People are different. But it's the truth though. A grown man should not need no other man to tell him what to do. You know what the fuck you gotta do. You've been in the world 30 years, 40 years. If you've been in the world for 30 years, 40 years, how could you not know what you gotta do and what you can do and what you should do? Are you kidding me? Man, fuck that, man. Get off your ass and start doing shit. Start making your life better. What is so hard about making your life better for you? But hey, I don't know. I'm just saying that's my opinion. I don't feel like even a woman, doesn't matter. Like if you're of the age in that age bracket, I feel like you can handle figuring it out. You shouldn't have to pay somebody to go through like, you know, therapy and shit like that. But people who do, I'm not knocking you. I'm not saying you're an idiot or you're delusional or you're mental. I'm not saying that everybody needs special help. Some people need or they don't have nobody to help them or they feel like they need help. So if that's okay, if you feel like a psychiatrist or a person is going to help you, then that's what you need because some people need help. I understand that totally. But what I'm saying is to me as a man at my age, I don't think I'll ever step into a psychiatrist's office and ask them what should I do with my life. You don't even fucking know me. That's my opinion. I feel like nobody knows you better than yourself. So you should be able to change your life for free. Just saying. But hey, that's just me personally. That's how I feel like. But I don't want nobody to take that in the wrong way. That's all. So it's my opinion. All right. How does he feel about Leandro now after this weekend? All right. How does David feel? Well, it looks like they had like a dispute or an argument, like a verbal argument with each other about past things. Um, I think like it got to a point where I think they're going to watch how they talk to each other, or they. I think you told me before that they argue on a regular basis. So I do get arguments here, um, like going back and forth, talking. Maybe if that's why like those two, some people can argue and still be cool with each other, like, but not me. I can't do that shit. Once I argue with you, like I'm gonna kind of drift away from you and say, yeah, I'm done with that. But it's something to do with past stuff. And another guy here. I remember I keep telling you this person has a beard. So if Leandro has like a beard, then I would say it's him that's living in like living with caution and self denial and just feeling like he doesn't want to say too much. Because I got a guy here with like that's kind of withdrawing from that type of stuff. Yeah, so I would say like the guy with the beard is living in denial. So David probably said something to him about past stuff and used it and like judged him in some type of way, and it caused like a big argument. But that's what I got here, and things are kind of stagnant between them, and the back and forth arguing is not helped. But I think that he forgave him afterwards, and they're cool now. Like I think now that the weekend's passed, I think they're cool now to a certain point. But I think this argument kind of affected the improvement of their friendship. Like I get a lot of like with Leandro, I get him being cautious and like saying not wanting to tell David too much. So Dave was like, "Yo, what the fuck? What are you keeping from me?" Type of thing. And he goes, "Look, man, it's nothing. Oh, you've done this to me in the past. Like you're keeping shit from me, or you're denying shit. Like, and I know it's true." And I think David called him out on something, on a few things, like past stuff, or used his judgment in some type of way. And then they got into a big argument. I don't see physical fighting, but I see like seriously going at it. A lot of fighting quarrels. It could be with jealousy stuff too. Like maybe one of them said to each other, like, "You're fucking jealous of me. That's why you said what you said," or blah 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 blah. So, for instance, what I'm getting here in the cards final, like what I would say here is the argument could have been caused by um like yeah, the argument could have been about money and about like who's got more and who doesn't have more. Like I got more than you type of vibe, or I know better because I have this and you don't. So if one has more than the other in a significant way, then I would say that the person who has more was rubbing it in their face, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're jealous of me," and blah blah blah. That's how it went. But I do see a definite arguing there, and not light arguments either, like going at each other. Yeah, that's what it probably was, Steven. They went at each other verbally. But if David is the type of person that will back down Leandro, then I would say that David backed him down to a point where Leandro wouldn't say nothing back to him, like to a certain extent. And like David won the argument and walked off. So he's left to say, "Yeah, fuck you. Like I got more than you. I don't need you," type of vibe. And I believe that I found that one time in the cars before where he came to David for money and David gave him shit. But I think you said he uses David. Okay, no problem, Steven. Thanks. But yeah, I would say that they ran at each other for money purposes or money shit or just jealousy and stuff. I don't know why people argue so much. Me, I walk away from shit now. Before I used to like entertain the argument or like try and win the argument or whatever. Or just now I just walk away from it. I just like, yeah, go ahead, talk to yourself. It's cool. You can talk to the wall while I leave. And it's sitting there provoking, blah blah blah. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Blah 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 blah. All right, cool. That's good. I figured you would because I feel like that energy has been around before. I don't get them arguing a lot, but I remember the last time I saw an argument between them. Um, it was something to do with money or some shit like that. Give me a second. I don't know why, but my phone isn't charging. Stupid thing. There we go. And it's on 22%, conveniently. All right, what did they say about me just trying to wash my back since they tried to kick me out last spring? All right, cool. Let's check. Okay. So I would say that Leandra did pretty much the talking. I don't think David bashes you at all. At least not right now. I don't think David's bashing you, but I still get um Leandro as like he's still trying to corrupt David into thinking that, hey, look, don't deal with Steven or, trying to bash you. And so I think Leandro is bashing you more or trying to say something, but I don't get nothing too bad. I think that, I think that David is like, okay, Steven's cool, he's not bothering me, he's not even at home, and then Leandro is like, yeah, well, fuck him anyway. I don't think that, you know, he should be there or whatever, or just like giving not giving really decent advice or whatever. And that's possibly what the could be the argument about as well, but I doubt it. I don't know. It could be. Um, I also see like a disappointment. Like I think that he's disappointed that you guys don't speak, or like there's like a bitterness between you guys. So I can't remember if you still speak to Leandro. I think you just cut him off, right? But I think they're both. They was talking about your life, how like you're working and you're not there. Yeah, and like I think Leandro is kind of pissed at that still, and he's like disappointed that he doesn't talk to you or he feels not. He doesn't feel happy, but he remembers the experience, and he's like, I would like I said, I don't think that they went like, yeah. I think like he still says that. I think he still feels that, but I don't think that he was actually wasting his like a lot of his time talking about you because I think David kind of defended it and was like, "Look, man, he's cool. He ain't done nothing wrong. He does what he has to do. He's not even him. He doesn't bother me." Blah blah blah. So I think David defended you, and I think that Leandro is talking shit. Not too much, but I would say that like he'll use any type of means to like find something to prove that you're crazy and stuff like that. So I would say that Leandro is still bitter and still like mad that you blocked him and you're not talking to him, or just like mad at you. Period. Um, but you know what I get here? I get a lot of drinking. I'm getting a lot of drinking from him, like Leandro. So I don't know if he gets drunk on a regular basis or he drinks a lot of alcohol. But I think majority of the time the alcohol talks through his mouth, and he just says random shit, and he just talks shit whenever he feels like it. But I don't think it's a main focus just on you. I just think you pop up in the conversation from time to time, and Leandro talks shit. But David, I would say no. I would say David's probably like just saying, "Hey, look, you know, just leave him alone. He's not doing anything wrong to me." Yeah, they would do it when they get together. I think Leandro brings it up, but I don't think David brings it up. To be honest, I don't think if David brings you up, it's not in a real negative way. I think it's a more positive thing now on David's end. I could be wrong, but I that's what the cards are telling me, though. It's telling me that David's kind of like, I wouldn't say defending you, but like not wanting to bash you and just let Leandro talk shit, like. But I don't think it was like a main thing where all night it was about you. I just think you got mentioned, yes, but it was more on Leandro's side. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I get here. Like, I don't get nothing seriously bad about bashing you and shit like that. I would say, like, if anybody's talking shit, it's Leandro, because I got the guy here with the beard again. So it's a bearded guy talking shit because he's bitter, obviously, because you said what you said and then you blocked him, and then but he seems like he's a dickhead anyway, so I would say fucking who cares. Let people talk about you. It doesn't If they're talking about you, then they're living rent free in their minds. So I would say, if they're talking about you, they're obviously bothered by you. Yeah, exactly. So that's a good thing. You called him out. So that's why he's pissed. He's kind of got that bitter taste in his mouth, like, yeah, fuck him, he said this to me, blah blah blah. Or he probably says, "Yeah, oh, how's Steven? Like, how's that idiot or whatever?" And then David's like, "Look, man, he told me he loved me the other day, and I believe him. He's got my back. He ain't done nothing wrong. He's cool. He does whatever. He's working. He's not bothering me." And then Leandro's like, "Yeah, fuck him. Blah blah blah." Type of, guys get together and they talk shit. So I think it's more Leandro than David. I think David just kind of avoids it now. But I think it's drunk talk. It's like when Leandro is drunk, he'll talk shit. If you hear my dog snoring in the background, she's like kind of like really going off it right now. Hey, this dog's something else. Sierra, she's shaking and she's snoring. She's having like a dream of probably like food or eating bacon. She's something else. In the summertime, I know she sounds like a damn car. I'm telling you, she's like super loud. But see, the AC is on. See, and it's like she's been out in the heat like all day, and then she comes inside. Yeah, it's good dreams to have. Dreams of food, because that's all she does is eat, sleep, and shit. The best life in the world. But the older she's gotten, she's 8 years old. The older she's gotten, the more she snores and the more louder she gets. But it's hilarious. It's just something else. But yeah, Steven, that's what I got, man. Nothing to be worried about, but I feel like, honestly, from looking at the cards for the last couple times, I would say David doesn't have real serious animosity against you or no bad vibes against you. Leandro, yeah, probably yes. And Leandro is not a good influence on David either. But we already know that. But when I read Leandro's energy, it's a drunk energy. It's a I get cups all around him. So when I get those type of cards, that means that he's drunk or he's on drugs or some shit like that. But usually it's alcohol. So if he's a drinker, a solid drinker, I would say alcohol is getting in the way of his thought process, which is not good. Alcohol kills. So I stay far away from alcohol. I've been cigarette, weed, and alcohol free. Next month will make 6 years. I ain't going back. I'm good. I'm at a good inning. So if I want to stay alive, I'm gonna stay away from that shit. But hey, to each their own. I don't condemn anybody for doing it. You do whatever you want. So we're all gonna die anyway. But yeah, yeah. I started smoking cigarettes at like 14, and I stopped at the age of 40. So I smoked cigarettes for a long time. But sometimes I stopped for a while too, for like a year. Then I went back. Then I started dating this girl that smoked cigarettes, so I started smoking again. And then, I always drank beer and shit like that and vodka. And I smoked weed for 20 years, every day, all day. Then when I reached 40, I was like, fuck this, I ain't doing this no more. It's getting too expensive. My body feels like shit. I'm 40 years old. I need to grow the fuck up. I'm had enough of this shit now. So I think August 16th is when I stopped. So another month and it'll make 6 years all in total. And I've had alcohol waved in my face all the time. Come on, Mark, just have one beer. It's not gonna kill you. I'm like, nope. No thanks. I don't want that shit in my body ever again. It's not for me anymore. I've done it all my life. So for the next umpteen years, I want to be away from all of that stuff. So I drink water, iced tea, green tea, coffee. Those are the only things I pretty much drink. Sometimes Gatorade when I feel like it. But that's it. When I smell cigarette smoke, I get sick. I don't even want to smell it. When I smell weed, I'm like, okay, that smells good. But yeah, I don't want it no more. Well, I mean, it's not for everybody. Some people actually need a cigarette to calm down, or need weed, or need alcohol. I mean, like I said, I did it for years, so I don't condemn it. I just think for me personally, for me right now at my age at 46, I don't want to do it no more. I'm had enough. Like I started at a really young age, and I tell people all the time, my life is the way it is. Like I started very young, and it's I'm fed up now. I'm kind of like don't want to do it no more, and I feel great because I don't do it. I actually feel like a lot better. Like I can focus more on everything. So and doing this type of work, like doing when I do readings and stuff, I don't want to be drunk or high or smoking a cigarette on camera and stinking up my whole wardrobe and house and have my dog inhale that shit too. So yeah, I made a decision 6 years ago to like completely stop. So yeah, thanks. Anybody can do it. You should do. You can do it. I'm not gonna sit here and pressure you to do it, but it's all that. Like I don't have nothing against weed at all. Like I was always a big weed head. I still love the smell of it, and I still like think about going back and having like a few, like smoking once a day or once every week. But I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it no more. It's like I don't feel the urge to do it anymore. When I smell it, I'm like, oh wow, damn, that smells like some good shit. I'll joke about it, but like I don't want to go back there. I'm had enough. I'm really like retired from that shit. And it's very expensive here in Bermuda, man. Weed is super expensive. Honestly, for like an ounce of weed, it's like $800 for an ounce of weed. That's too much fucking money. That's rent money. People pay $800 for rent. I'm not paying that shit for a month for weed. I'll smoke that shit in a month, no problem. No, less than that. I was smoking way over an ounce in a month. Fuck. Yeah, honest to God, that's how much it is right now. For that loud shit that they say, or these young guys, all that loud, you want that good shit, $800 an ounce. That's how much it costs. And I only know that because my boy tells me all that shit. But when I stopped 6 years ago, it was $600 an ounce. It was 150 a quarter. Yep. They're trying to legalize it here, but it's too much money involved. The government's stupid. They would make ridiculous money. Yeah, that my health matters more to me now than it ever has. Yeah, working at a bar is like, I don't know how my dad did that shit. My dad worked at a bar at night on weekends, back in the day, and he never smoked and never drank because his dad died from that shit and his friends. So, my dad never smoked and never drank either. He'll drink like a glass of champagne on New Year's Eve, but he'll never finish it. I watched him. He don't drink at all. I'm so glad he don't. And he never smoked or drank because his dad died at 62 from liver cancer, from smoking and drinking. And my mom's dad died from smoking too. So that shit kills you. But back in the day, that shit was a lot, it was bad, even now it is. Yeah, man. $800 an ounce right now. That's why I quit. I'm like, fuck that. And then cigarettes are like $11 a pack of cigarettes. I ain't paying all that money. That's like 50 cents a cigarette. Fuck that. That's like almost $1 a cigarette. How much? 20 in a pack, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. I know I smoked and drank my share, and I'm done. It feels so good to be clean from all that shit. So glad I don't have to smell my clothes full of cigarette smoke. And one of the best things they did in a lot of places is not smoking inside anymore. Because we used to go home like completely drenched in cigarette smoke. It was disgusting. Or like somebody spilled a drink on my new sneakers. I wanted to kill them. Yeah, so that's another reason why I quit. It got too expensive. Cigarettes are too expensive. Weed's too expensive. Alcohol is too expensive. It's like everything's too damn expensive. But I don't need no extra expenses. Fuck that. Hey Ninja, how you doing? You just missed Cindy. She was in here a while ago. She finally got back on. But yeah, Steven, man, it's if you can give it up one day, you be happy, you be all right. But it's just become like those are expensive habits, and those are habits that I don't want anymore. A lot of my friends never believed me. The first year that I stopped smoking weed, they were like, "Come on, man, you better stop bullshitting. You can't quit." I'm like, "Look, man, I'm done." No, man, you're joking. I'm like, you make me want to stop now. I'm like, well, stop. That's up to you. I said, look, man, I don't have nothing against you guys. You guys can do whatever you want. You know, I just want to stop. I'm done. You know, this place used to be like a hot box when I first moved in here 14 years ago. All my boys used to be in here smoking weed and cigarettes and shit, and drinking and stuff, watching football games and all sorts of shit. But now, like, I'm so glad those days are done. I'm like finished with that. Okay, Ninja, take care. It's a 1:15 in the morning here. I'm gonna go to sleep too. I'm had enough for today. I've been very busy. So good busy though. I finally got the games room done here at the house for the boys. We've been playing pool for the last 2 nights. ping pong table, pool table, all in one. Games room's finally done. The boys are happy. I'm happy. My sister's happy. Life's good. When I was young, I would wish for a games room, but that was impossible. But now we have one here at the house. So you know what they say: what you can give, what you didn't have back then, you should give to your kids now. So it's nice seeing the boys happy, and I get to play too. So it's nice. I love pool and table tennis and that type of stuff. It's better than playing PlayStation. To me, it is. All right, you guys. Good night. Good seeing you all. Take care. Have a good week. I should be here tomorrow. Thursday, I might be here in the morning because it's supposed to have bad weather here on Thursday. So, little pre heads up. I might see you guys on Thursday morning or Thursday late morning. But otherwise, that I should be here tomorrow. Hopefully, God willing. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.